Back in 2017, the Vegas Golden Knights were introduced to the NHL and they had their expansion draft. They went on to make the Stanley Cup final, but unfortunately they weren't able to win the Stanley Cup in year number 1. Today I'm going back in time. We're on NHL 18. I'm going to be redrafting the Vegas Golden Knights. I'm going to be winning them a Stanley Cup. So of course I have to go through the entire expansion draft process here, but I'm not going to show you guys every single pick because a lot of the picks are going to be similar. So once I've drafted my entire team, I'll show you what we got. So here's the team I went ahead and drafted. We're going to see guys like Jonathan Marchessault, David Perron, Marc-Andre Fleury. These were guys that were drafting the expansion draft and I'm bringing them back. But my thought process when selecting these players was a lot of these guys aren't going to be on the roster for the upcoming season because I'm going to be making a ton of moves. So I just want to select the players that have the highest trade value, and I believe these are the guys that will have the highest trade value. Well, not everyone, because I did select the Hamburglar, but he's just going to be playing in the AHL for us. So we're at the draft and we have the 6th overall pick, and I already know who I'm selecting. No doubt about it, Cal Foote. I know for a fact he has medium elite potential. That's exactly what he has. I'm going to be trading him immediately because his trade value is absolutely ridiculous. Like, look at this trade value. That makes no sense compared to some of the other players in the league. Like, you know who he has more trade value than? A guy in Edmonton. His name's not Connor McDavid, but it is Leon Draisaitl. So we could do Cal Foote straight up for Leon Draisaitl. Let's just ponder that for a few seconds. Now low-key, I'm looking at this deal right here and I actually really want to make it. Cal Foote in the 13th overall pick for Nathan MacKinnon and Tyson Barrie. I'm going to offer this over to Colorado. I don't expect them to say yes. Of course they're not. We'll throw Shea Theodore in this deal too, and maybe Alex Tuch if we have to. But if I can somehow get both of these guys, wow, that was way easier than I was expecting. Okay, we have Nathan MacKinnon and whoever else we picked up, Tyson Barrie. The fact that I forgot his name is not a good sign for today's video. But we just picked up 2 absolutely elite players. But you know what's worse than that deal for the Colorado Avalanche? The fact that the Detroit Red Wings have more YouTube subscribers than me. I'm trying to pass every single NHL team, and Detroit's up next. And as a community, we can't allow Detroit to be ahead of us, so subscribe to the channel right now. So I'm going to say right now, at no point did I ever say this was realistic. Sebastian Aho, Brett Pesce, Jacob Slavin. We picked up all 3 of those guys. I'm not worried about the future of this team when it comes to draft picks because we have so much young talent here, it's ridiculous. So we need more help on our left side, and Boone Jenner would fit that role perfectly, so we're going to bring him onto the team. We probably could have got a few more assets in this deal, but hey, I got exactly what I wanted, and we cleared up like what, 1.6 million in cap space? That's a great deal if you ask me. So we're going to pick up Matthias Ekholm in this deal, and in the process, we're also clearing up like 6 million in cap space. We'll be able to bring some more guys back, and we'll also be able to make some moves in free agency. Obviously, we gave up more than we needed to regarding trade value, but we got 6 million in cap space. A win is a win around here. So Riley Smith, I understand that Vegas signed you to a 6-year deal worth $5 million per season, but I'm not rocking with that deal, especially since you're only an 81 overall and you're not really going to develop to a high overall. So for $5 million, that's definitely not the move. So I'm sending you over to LA for a 5th and a 6th rounder. Actually, no, what am I talking about? A 3rd and a 4th rounder. I'm the one bugging around here. So I've gone through the re-sign phase and brought everyone back that I want to. There's only like 4 or 5 guys that I needed to sign, but now we're entering free agency and we have a lot of cap space and there's some decent free agents out there. And one of them's TJ Oshie, and I'm going to make sure he comes to this team. 5.7 million per year for the next 5 years and 85 overall. Basically, he's 4 overalls higher than Riley Smith, and we're only paying him $700K more. If that's not a steal of a deal, I don't know what is. The biggest issue with how I've been building this team though is half of the team literally needs a contract extension for next season, so I'm going to go ahead and do that and give everyone an extension as long as we have enough money. So right now I'm trying to make a deal with the Philadelphia Flyers with Shane Gostisbehere. 4.5 million per year for the next 6 years. He's got medium elite potential and 83 overall right now. More than likely he'll develop into like an 88 overall. So at 88 overall at 4.5 million, that's an absolute steal. I don't think they'll accept this deal, but I'm still going to offer it. They're saying no. We'll throw in a few picks and see what we can get happening here. So here's 2 second rounders. The trade value, clearly, we're giving way more than we need to, but they're still saying no. So you know what? Let's get risky. Scared money don't make money. 2019 first round pick. The deal's done. We got Shane Gostisbehere, and I think we've got ourselves a good team here. So I'm making a deal with the Edmonton Oilers to clear up about $5 million in cap space here, as well as getting this guy with his top 6 potential. He's a 76 overall right now. He might be able to develop into an 80. He could play on our 4th line. I think this is a good move to help our depth, and we also clear up a lot of money here. That was the main point in this deal. We just got to clear up cap space. Now I'm going to be completely honest. At this point, I don't even know what I'm cooking up anymore, but Nazem Kadri, why not join the team? You'd be a great piece here. Now, how much cap space do we have heading into next season now? With all these guys needing extensions, I couldn't tell you. Probably not that much. So right now, Marchessault and Perron, they have no interest in returning to the team, but I feel like Brock Besser would be a nice addition to our team, so we're going to pick him up. I'm amazed Vancouver's saying no to this. I'll turn that 3rd rounder into a 2nd, and then we'll get this deal done. but I was offering quite a bit for Brock Besser, trade value wise I mean. So here's what our team's going to be looking like for year number 1. Nathan MacKinnon, TJ Oshie, and Sebastian Aho on the first line, Mikhail Brodkar, Nazem Kadri, and Boone Jenner on the second, and the bottom 6, although it doesn't look great right now, all these guys are going to continue to develop and it's going to be looking even better next season. Defensively, we're looking absolutely great. Shane Gostisbehere and Tyson Barrie leading the first pairing, Jacob Slavin and Matthias Ekholm on the second, and then Braden McNabb and Brett Pesce on the third pairing. And then in between the pipes, of course, Marc-Andre Fleury is going to be the guy here. He's going to be carrying the way, and then backing him up, that's going to be Calvin Pickard. So I would say expectations for year number 1, borderline wildcard team. I don't think we're going to see a ton of success this season, but I definitely know we're going to be trending in the right direction. So basically we're at the trade deadline here. Trevor Van Reems, I can bench draw. Neither are playing for the team right now. I'll try to pick up Ryan Suter from the Boston Bruins. Yeah, why not? Did I say Ryan Suter? Ryan Spooner. We just picked him up from the Boston Bruins. We'll sign him next offseason, and if not, we'll trade him. Basically, all I did was trade 2 guys that aren't playing for us right now. Alright, so we were definitely better than a wildcard team. First in the Pacific Division, 47, 28, and 7. And on top of that, where did we finish in the entire league? 4th. 4th in the entire league. We did the expansion draft, I made a ton of trades, and we had free agency. And in one season, 4th in the entire league. 101 points, 4 shy of 1st in the entire league. The entire team's coming back next season, barring like one player. Everyone's young, so everyone's going to be even better. So basically, our team's going to win like 55 games next season. That's a fact. No surprise here, the leader of this team was Nathan MacKinnon. He's picking up 31 goals and 41 helpers for 72 points. Tyson Barrie, a fantastic season from him. He's picking up 54. Nazem Kadri, that was a great late pickup for us, 52 points. TJ Oshie, 52. No, this team just performed. Shane Gostisbehere, 31 points, up to an 86 overall. I made so many great deals. I just got to give myself some props here. Also, how did our guy Marc-Andre Fleury do in between the pipes? 36 wins, 4 shouts, a 926 and a 222. Let's get ready for the postseason. It's time to lock in. But honestly, you guys know my luck when it comes to the simulation. So although we have the Anaheim Ducks in the first round, I would not be overly surprised if we got swept here. That just seems to be my luck. Alright, so we just swept the Anaheim Ducks and we're off to the second round here. You know what? Let's go win a Stanley Cup. Year number 1, 1 year rebuild, no more messing around here. So after a clean sweep in the first round, we're moving on to the San Jose Sharks in the second round. We already know who they got on their team. Patrick Marleau, Joe Thornton, Joe Pavelski, Logan Couture. It's definitely not going to be an easy matchup by any means. So far, the series has been going back and forth the entire way, and after an OT loss in Game 6, we're headed to Game 7. So here we are in Game 7. So far, no one's been able to score. We're entering overtime, and it looks like we're finally going to have a winner. Just kidding. Double overtime now. San Jose is going to finally score in double overtime. Joe Thornton's going to be picking up the winner, and we're falling in the second round. But considering what the expectations were at the beginning of the season, a second round exit's definitely a W. Ironically though, right after beating us, the San Jose Sharks can get swept in the conference finals, then the Pittsburgh Penguins are going to go on to win the Stanley Cup. So although we were going back and forth with San Jose in the second round, ain't no way we're getting past Winnipeg, because I guess they're just built different. So although we fell in the second round, Nathan MacKinnon 11 points, TJ Oshie 11, I have no issue with how this team performed. I think we exceeded expectations. So if we want to compete with the best in the league, we got to make big moves. And honestly, the drafting, that's not going to help us for next season. But you know who will? Jeff Skinner. So welcome to the team. Also, we gave up Ryan Spooner because I'm not going to re-sign him next season. We just don't need him to play center. We need left wingers. So William Karlsson, I'll bring you back on a 3-year deal worth $3.1 million to play on the 4th line. You played your role fantastic there last season, so I have no issue with you coming back. Grabner, on the other hand, you won't be returning to the team because we got Jeff Skinner. So the left wingers are all just going to shift down one spot, so we're not going to need you on the 4th line. Or 3rd line, whatever you played last season. When did David Clarkson end up on our team? Has he always been here? I've never noticed David Clarkson being on this team until this exact moment. So I'm making a move here. It's going to help our 4th line because we lost a couple guys here. But you know what? The roles are now filled. So this trade might look stupid. I'm also trying to get rid of Clarkson's contract. Yeah, they don't even want his contract by any means. I mean, I take this deal out and now we can get it done, but yeah, no one wants David Clarkson, and I don't blame them at that cap hit. Also, we're going to do a couple extensions here. Jeff Skinner, 1 year at 6.1. Sebastian Aho, 3 years at 4.5. But I don't think we're going to need these guys for more than 1 year. Let's be completely honest. I was just simulating the rest of free agency, and we needed a goaltender for the AHL, and we got Vanacek. I think this will be a good signing for this franchise. I think he'll develop into a pretty solid goaltender with that AHL potential of yours. So here's what we're rocking with for season number 2. Nathan MacKinnon, Jeff Skinner, TJ Oshie on the 1st line, Nazem Kadri, Sebastian Aho, and Mikhail Brodkar on the 2nd. The bottom 6 looking better than last season, so that's fantastic. The defense, that's looking great as well. Shane Gostisbehere and Tyson Barrie on the 1st pairing, Ekholm and Slavin on the 2nd, and then Jake McCabe and Brett Pesce on the 3rd pairing. The lowest overall here being an 82, that's a great sign. And in between the pipes, Marc-Andre Fleury at 33 years old actually got better. He's up to an 88 overall. We're taking home the Stanley Cup this season. season, and that's without a doubt. So I'm going to be completely honest, the Vegas Golden Knights, y'all disappointed me this season. Yeah, we're third in the entire league, 48, 22, and 12. That's not a bad record by any means. But based on how we performed last season, I was expecting 50 wins, maybe even 55, because that's what the Winnipeg Jets did. And the Philadelphia Flyers also had 52 wins. No, we got some tough teams in the league right now. Nathan McKinnon's going to be having another fantastic season here. 78 points, 42 goals, 36 helpers. TJ Oshie, 65 points. Jeff Skinner, I was expecting more from you. 58 points, 19 goals, 39 assists. I thought you were going to be the big left winger on this team, picking up 70 points. Not going to lie, you let me down. However, Fleury was one guy that definitely didn't let us down this season. 41 wins, 8 shots, a 928 and a 206. Probably the best goaltender in the league. Well, I can guarantee you he was the best goaltender in the league. Now all we need is for these type of stats to translate into the postseason. But thankfully, through winning our division, we're not going to have to worry about the Winnipeg Jets yet. The only time we're going to have to match up against them is the conference finals. But we have to get there first, and we have to take on the Calgary Flames in the first round. So the Calgary Flames aren't even going to be able to compete with the Vegas Golden Knights, and we're going to be taking them down in a quick sweep. So I was under the impression we were taking on the LA Kings because they had a 3-1 series lead, but we're actually taking on the Arizona Coyotes. No clue how that happened. So I guess you could say the Arizona Coyotes put up a bigger fight against us because this series is ending in 5 games. They took one away from us. Got to give them some credit for that. But now we have our toughest task. The Winnipeg Jets. So we're in the conference finals now, and we all saw this matchup forming. The Vegas Golden Knights taking on the Winnipeg Jets. The number 3 team in the league taking on the number 1. This could really go either way. Nah, I'm just kidding. We're taking this one home in 6. So right now we have a 3-1 series lead entering game 6. If we take this one, we're off to the Stanley Cup final. That's exactly what's happening. And now we have the Ottawa Senators. Honestly, I have no clue how Ottawa got all the way to the Stanley Cup final, but I'm not surprised our Vegas Golden Knights did. This team's looking absolutely elite right now. We're not having any trouble with any team so far. So let's close it out with a quick sweep. So we were down 2-1 in the series at one point, but you already know this Vegas Golden Knights team is going to be folding. They're going to be winning game 4, and they're also going to be taking game 5. We're losing game 6. We're definitely winning in game 7 because the first round we won in 4, second round we won in 5, conference finals we won in 6, so we're going to win in game 7. I don't understand how that works, but I guess that's the way it goes. So it has to be incredibly uncommon for something like that to happen. A sweep in game 1, game 5 in the second round, game 6 in the conference finals, and then game 7 in the Stanley Cup final. We just won the Stanley Cup. How did we get all the way to game 7? Couldn't tell you. And out of all the players on this team, it looks like it's Nazem Kadri, that late pickup for us, who's going to be leading the way. 19 points, 8 goals, 11 assists. Mikhail Brodker, 11 goals. I was contemplating trading this man. Thank God I didn't. Nathan McKinnon, he's picking up 18 points as well. We won a Stanley Cup with the Vegas Golden Knights. It only took us 2 seasons. Maybe they should have taken my approach. Then again, my approach also involved trading Cal Foote for Nathan McKinnon and Tyson Barrie. Don't think that was a very realistic trade. But hey, a win is a win is a win is a win.